live on a Tuesday night. And, listen, let's get things straight first. This is the Bullpen. I am Adam the Bull. It is another live game reaction. Got my brown shirt on tonight. The Cavaliers get smoked. And it'd be easy to be pissed and angry. But the reality is that this game went just about the way most of us thought it would. The Cavs hung in there for a lot of the game, and then the Celtics pulled away and blew them out. I mean, I say they hung in there from like the middle of the second quarter till early to mid-fourth. They were within 10, 12. They never really got it any closer. You never felt like they had a chance to win. So we'll talk about it. This is the Bullpen. I am Adam the Bull. And this podcast is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Check out the Bet Rivers app. If you're not using the Bet Rivers app, what are you doing? We got great deals for you on there. Great opportunities for you. In fact, think you know who's going to set the tone for the game? Game 2, maybe? Game 1 tonight in the second game. Make that bet at Bet Rivers, and you'll pick up an extra bonus with the first bucket bet and get. Place a wager on who will make the first basket of any NBA playoff game. When you do, Bet Rivers will give you a profit boost to use on another bet. See the Bet Rivers app for full details on the first bucket bet and get. It's a good deal, and I got more for you coming up later. I had a baseball parlay tonight. I hit the first part of it with the Rays. I had over 5.5 strikeouts on Ronaldo Lopez, and sadly, he only had 5, so I let you down there. I apologize. Speaking of baseball, the Guardians lost 11-7, so not a good night for them either. But the big story of the night, of course, the Cavs losing Game 1 to the Celtics, 120-95. It was, the game kind of went kind of like what I expected. Donovan Mitchell played great. He was totally gassed by the fourth quarter. He had to sit for a lot of the fourth quarter when the game went from barely competitive to uncompetitive. The rest of the team was pretty awful, as they've been for most of the series, especially since Jared Allen's gone down. The Celtics did whatever they wanted. I mean, it was a night where Jason Tatum was struggling with a shot, continued to struggle. He didn't make a 3 all night. And yet the Celtics still win in blowout fashion, 120-95. It was 40-34 at the end of the first quarter. Then neither team could do much in the second quarter. But the Celtics got off good. Actually, I think it was a 7-0 run at the start of the second quarter to go up 13. And the Cavs never, I don't think, ever got to single digits. Maybe they got to 9. But I think after that point, when the Celtics got that, whatever it was, 6-0, 7-0, something like that run to start the second quarter, the Cavs a couple of times made some buckets, mostly Donovan Mitchell, to get it within 10 or 11 or 12 or maybe 9. But in the end, it wasn't close to enough. Donovan, I mean, what can you say? The guy is laying his heart on the line. He looks like he can barely move. He was exhausted in the third quarter, and he was making tough shot after tough shot. He's getting no help out there. Evan Mobley's 17 points is a fraud. He got most of them in the final, 8 minutes when the game was over. So if you're just looking at the box score, his game was completely fraudulent. He got toasted defensively. He shoots well, 67% for the game. But most of that, as I said, was done late in the game. Okoro was awful. He got off to a good start, made 3 threes early, and then did nothing after that. Darius Garland continues to be a disaster in the playoffs. 6 of 15, 2 of 8. Max Strus was terrible. Morris did nothing in his minutes. They got zilch off the bench. It was just pathetic. Sam Merrill missed all 5 of his shots. I mean, nobody played well except for Donovan Mitchell. He is a one-man show. He's playing great. He's doing all he can, but no help. The Cavs, again, were terrible from 3. They were 11 for 42 from 3. They have been an awful shooting team in this postseason. And, I picked the Cavs the Celtics as most people to win the series in 5 games. And there's very little reason to believe at this point that it'll be anything different. I could yell and scream all I want. It's just, this is what I expected to happen. So I'm not going to kill JB. I mean, I think I would move on from JB at the end of the year, and you got to obviously shake up this roster. And I don't know if the question is the players are not as good as we thought. Did we overrate the players because they're are guys. I don't know, but Mobley and Garland in particular, and Okoro stinks. He's a nothing player, at least on the offensive end. He's a nice defender. But when you play really good teams, like Evan Mobley looked unstoppable defensively, he was terrible in this game. He did nothing. I mean, he's just that, like, Garland, I think it's a bad year for whatever reason. I still think Garland's a very good player, having a very bad season. Mobley just, I don't know. Again, he's still young. Maybe he'll turn it around. He's just just a guy to me. Again, I don't proclaim myself a basketball expert, but Evan Mobley feels like just a guy. Isaac Okoro is less than that, obviously. And what are you going to do? The guys they brought over to be big additions, Strus has been for the most part bad in the postseason. Niang's been unplayable. He played 4 minutes in this game, missed both shots. I think he's shooting under 10%. And yeah, even Donovan Mitchell didn't shoot great from three. I mean, from inside of three, he was fantastic. He was, 8 for 14 inside of three. But the Cavs got destroyed on the glass. They got out rebounded by 17. And again, it was on a night where Jason Tatum couldn't shoot. He had 18 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. But Drew Holiday was great. Jaylen Brown was great. And, we've heard the legend of Derek White, and he did it again in this game. He's been on fire the last few games. They got good contributions off the bench. Peyton Pritchard scored 16, including that three-pointer at the buzzer. They got great minutes from Luke Cornett off the bench. The guy looks like he should be building homes on an Amish farm. He in 21 minutes, 4 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and only 1 turnover, a plus 12. Everybody played well for Boston. Jason Tatum, the only guy who didn't shoot well. If you take Tatum out, the rest of the team was 38 for 73 from the field. That's over 50%. And White, 7 of 12 from 3. White and Jaylen Brown combined to go 11 of 18 from 3. The rest of the team was like 7 for 28. Not good, but yeah, you got 2 guys that are hot making 11 threes between them. And the Celtics are a better team. They were more rested. They had home court advantage, and they're just a way better team. I mean, it's that simple. What else can be said? This is again kind of what I expected to happen. We'll see if I expect the Cavs to play better in the second game. We got the line out already at the Bet Rivers app. Well, actually, I saw it was 13.5. Now it says it's closed, so that'll be updated soon. The Cavs a massive underdog in this series. It's just going to get bigger now, and deservedly so. I mean, the Cavs did not look like a team. Actually, the line's back up 13.5. The Celtics were, I think, when it went to 12.5 right before the game started. They were a 13.5 point favorite in game 2. Yes, things can change when you're at home. But it's hard to believe the Cavs are going to win a road game here. Going back to last year, the Cavs now 0-6 on the road in the playoffs. And since going up 2-0 on Orlando, they have lost 4 of 6 games. Obviously, the series is not over, but nobody outside of my guy Tyvis picked the Cavs to win, and apparently Richard Jefferson picked the Cavs to win. Nothing in this game tonight made you think they have any chance in this series. Again, nothing in the first 2 games against Orlando made you think the Magic had a chance to win the series, and even though they did not, they certainly had a real chance at the end. But the Celtics are just the night and day difference, not only between the Magic and the Celtics, but between the Cavs and the Celtics is just another world. And obviously the Cavs are missing a key piece in Jared Allen, but the Celtics, who dominated, are missing one of their key pieces in Porzingis. And it's irrelevant. The Cavs, the Celtics pretty much did whatever they wanted. It looked so easy for them, right? Like everything in the Magic Cavs series looked like a struggle. And then tonight, everything for the Cavs continued to look like a struggle, except for Donovan Mitchell. Whereas everything the Celtics do looked easy. Everything. It's not, but it looks that way. By the way, the Celtics had 6 guys with at least 5 rebounds. 6. The Cavs had 2 guys. 3, sorry. LeVert had 7 rebounds also. So that's it. Now you got a day of rest, but Donovan Mitchell, I don't know how much he could have left in the tank. He's doing all he can, but he's just continued to get no help in these last bunch of games. So obviously the Celtics, as I said, they're a huge favorite at home, and I think we'd all be shocked if the Cavs won game 2. One other thing I wanted to hit you with, check out the BetRivers app for the oh-so-close parlay insurance during the NBA playoffs. Place a parlay of 4 or more legs on an NBA playoff game each day. You can get part of your stake back in bonus bets if you're exactly 1 leg short of hitting your parlay. So 4 leg parlay, you hit 3, you can get the insurance. It's valid on your first NBA parlay of the day only. See the BetRivers app for more details and see how much stake back you are eligible for. By the way, Mavs and Thunder just underway. The Thunder are 4.5-point favorite in game 1 of that series. Tomorrow night, the Knicks are a 4.5-point favorite in game 2 against Indiana at home. And as I mentioned, the Cavs are a 13.5-point dog to the Celtics on Thursday. And then the Timberwolves trying to go up 3-0 at home, 5-point favorite over the Nuggets in Minnesota. That's on Friday night. All right. We'll be back with you Thursday night, hopefully with better news. Rough day in Cleveland. The Cavs get crushed. The Guardians, with an ugly game, gave up 11 runs. Logan Allen's been terrible. And my Little League team, Kim Crane, Howard Hanna. We had a 12-4 lead, and we blew it. We lost 13-12. Kids played hard, a lot of good things, but we had a heartbreaking loss too. High-scoring games all over the place. Thanks to Monzo and Max for producing. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up if you can. I'll talk to you next time. I'll have a podcast out tomorrow. And then Thursday will be live after the game. No Thursday 2 p.m. podcast this week. But there will be a Thursday live podcast after the game. Until then, I'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the Bullpen with Adam the Bull. Brought to you by BetRivers. See you, everybody.